All right, back in the Dozer. I got a head strap on, so I don't know how the video is gonna look, but I got also the GPS running. We just put the GPS in, so I'll show you guys a little bit how that works. Well, let me close this door right here too. I'm gonna put you guys on my head and see how this works. All right, I hope it's stable and I hope you guys can see good. Never used this head strap before. I've also never really seen someone else use it, so hopefully let's get some good footage. All right, so we got the Topcon GPS running. Again, we're just grading for the parking lot, just kind of pushing dirt around. So yeah, can you guys see? I want to make sure you guys can see the corners of the blade. That looks. All right, let's go. Oop, parking brake off. All right, so, all right, my automatics are this yellow button right here, so you can see how it kind of just auto corrects. This is already pretty much on grade, I believe, so I'm just gonna do a final pass. Got some hard material here, so sometimes when the blade gets stuck on hard material, the GPS kind of doesn't know what to do, and I have to, you know, GPS doesn't do everything. Like right here, look, ooh. All right. Push this pile of dirt right here. Like GPS isn't gonna pull the blade up. GPS only works when you're within, I think you can adjust it. I haven't really played around with it too much, but it pretty much only engages when you're within, like, I wanna say a certain degree or a certain measurement of the actual grade. So, like right here, like look, it's not engaged. Oh, hold on. See, there it's engaged. I controlled the blade, you know, the angle where I want the dirt to go. See, you got some hard material here, so GPS doesn't really know how to handle that, so I got it engaged. Ooh. Yeah, that's hard material right there. Some lime rock that's just been compacted over and over again. So I took off the GPS right now while I dig into this lime rock, and then I'll come back and make a finished pass with the GPS engaged. Well, I guess I'll pull it back right here. All right, GPS off. Yeah, unfortunately with this lime rock that's been compacted, you kind of just, what I do is I just take the corner of my blade, dip it down, and kind of just like, usually like almost like a ripper, just like make a couple passes with the corner of my blade, cut it up a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'll do a finish. Keep all my dirt to the left, because obviously to my right is the fence. on this site. We're just doing site cleanup essentially right now. Well, cleanup in preparation for the parking lot. I'm a little too big to be using the footrest, but sometimes I do. Gosh, man, hard ground there. You know it's hard ground when the cleats of the tracks aren't even really digging into it. Got to be careful. The purple line is the drainage flow line. So one thing about GPS is if you have a flow line or drainage system in place, you got to be careful that your machine isn't in the middle of that, because then the blade, because like the pitch of the parking lot's gonna be like this towards the flow line. So if you're in the middle of it, that blade, you know, the blade can't adjust for that, and it'll get all wonky. So you gotta basically, when you're doing the right side of, or if you're doing this side of the flow line, you gotta make sure the corner of the blade is really in the center mark. And then you gotta hop over and then make the right corner. I don't know if that makes sense. Push this pile over here for my loader man. Take the automatics off real quick for that too. Whoop, whoop. A little close there. I hope the quality of this video is good, because I know I'm turning my head a lot kind of quick, so I don't know how the camera or the GoPro will adjust for that. This is the GoPro, it's the newest one. Santa got it for me for Christmas, aka my lovely girlfriend. And oh, system initializing. So whenever that happens, whenever the screen goes red like that, gotta kind of park it up and wait for the system to recalibrate. Usually it could be someone, it could be a number of things. Maybe I'm out of bounds. Usually that's what happens if you're like in a green area that's not really like, doesn't have a grade that's set for the dozer. All right, see, we're back. Sometimes it could be like there's a blockage in the signal from wherever the GPS post is at on the site. There's like a couple different reasons that could happen. You know what, I'm gonna peel this back, bring the dirt material over here, closer to where I'm at, or where I'm pushing. I'm gonna go all the way over here. Start right here. Peel it back. So yeah, I definitely don't have my automatics on for this. You could though, but it's really out of bounds, so I don't want to make the automatics go all crazy. Oopsies. Yeah, there's really, I guess, when it comes to the flow line, there's really two ways you could do it. You could actually, so you could go perpendicular to it, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, And then that's what I usually do. I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then I come through and do like a final pass on each side of it to kind of really get it perfect. But again, I'm sure there's, if you guys are, I'm really new to the GPS system, to be honest with y'all. So for you veterans that know how to run GPS on a dozer, if you have better tips or tricks regarding flow lines, definitely drop a comment. I am definitely trying to learn a lot about this GPS because it seems like this is the future, really, of operating. Whether you like it or not. And I gotta say, I kind of like it. It just takes a lot of time out of like checking grade, and you know, or say it's just you out here, you know, you don't have a guy to check grade, like, just makes things a lot easier. I don't know what to do with these big chunks of rubble or concrete or whatever they are. I guess we'll kind of leave them out of the mix for now. I think they're kind of out of bounds anyways, like as far as the plans go, so just leave them right there for now and let the skid steer come pick them up. Alright, now that I've made a good damn mess of everything, I probably should have done that first, I just wasn't thinking. Now let's turn the automatics back on. And see, look, I just got it, look, I'll show you guys. I just got to get it down to where it's, and then see, boom, it just adjusts itself. Pretty neat stuff. Oh, see, I'm in the middle of the flow line right now. That's not where I want to be, so it kind of doesn't know what to do. So I didn't even notice that. Let me get on the outside edge of this. Deal with that. Woo! God damn, what did I just run over? Just a piece of concrete. That's one thing about dozers, man. They can be a bumpy ride if you have a site with a lot of debris on it. There's two sewer and one drainage box right there. I can't really back up and grab this, so just grab it like this. Turn the automatics off. Grab that pile out the way. Grab this pile out the way, and then we'll skirt. I'm going to start all the way at the boundary now and work my way from right to left. Automatics on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Push this have to do a couple passes probably. Yep, see, because once it gets too high out of the range of what the grade should be, the GPS, like, it disengages, so just gotta take a couple passes. Alright, one more. I disengaged the automatics by accident there. Alright, turn the automatics off because I'm just trying to push this pile out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. Man, I gotta be honest, I love running the dozer. With GPS or without GPS, I just love dozer work. And maybe it's because I'm in a hoe all day usually, but I don't know, man. I just love dozers, dude. Something about them. And again, I would never claim to be a dozer operator. I'll tell you, I can make the blade touch the dirt, and I can push dirt around, and I'm figuring out the GPS, so, you know, I can tell you that much, but, you know, my hat is off to the guys who, before GPS, were doing slopes and, you know, all types of dozer work. You know, I'm a hoe operator, but, like I said, I can run the dozer. And on a day like today where there's really no hoe work to be done, and my foreman, I mean, just told me to basically do site cleanup, why not jump in the dozer? Make it easy, have a good time. And also expand my knowledge. And when it comes, you know, a lot of heavy equipment operating is, you know, you can watch any number of YouTube videos or videos in general, or talk to the best operator in the damn world, but it all comes down to seat time is what I've realized, and what I think any qualified operator will tell you, is it's just a matter of getting in the seat, figuring it out. Because a lot of operating to me really is just kind of not necessarily knowing how to do something. Well, I mean, that's part of it obviously, but like just knowing what to do, like, you know, looking at a trench or a site, whatever you're looking at, and just knowing, okay, what's the best, safest, most efficient method to achieve our goal. That's 90% of operating right there. I mean, anybody can learn how to maneuver the machine. That's not the hard part. The hard part's knowing what to do with the machine once you figure out how you can maneuver it to be as efficient as possible. So yeah, this is starting to take shape. It's starting to look decent. So that's good. All right, so now see, I don't know, I'm gonna try to explain this. So this is the flow line right here. Now this is a French drain, so you can tell that by the rectangle around it. Anywhere there's not a rectangle around it, that's solid pipe. And any giant square like that, that's a box or a structure. So right here, you see the corner of my blade is right at the center of the flow line. So that way, the pitch will, you know, be towards the French drain. Now, obviously, if I'm in the middle, the blade, unless the blade was like this, there's no way to do that. My loader operator over there, they're laughing at me, talking to the camera. So just see, keeping the edge of the blade on that flow line. Boom. Now, if you get some excess material in the middle of the flow line and you want to clean it out, you can always just take the automatics off, push the excess material out of the way, and then come back through and do like a final pass. You know, that's generally what I do if that's the case. So, all right, this is going to be like my final pass right here on this side. Just double check, make sure the grade's good. So that white line's the edge of the parking lot. So just keeping my blade right there, siphoning all the material to the left, and like I stated before, I'll just work my way from right to left. Oh yeah, see, there's a lot of material over here I've missed. Oh boy. And a lot of debris, I can tell. All right, automatics off. Operator mode engaged. So yeah, I'm gonna push all this excess material out the way. Yeah, I have my automatics off right now. This is where, you know, again, yeah, GPS is take a lot of the skill out of operating a dozer, but you still got to kind of know what to do, because the GPS ain't always gonna do everything for you. You know, it doesn't have eyes and a brain. And that's all you need to operate, eyes and a brain. Maybe half a brain, I don't know. I ain't all that smart. Oh gosh, what am I getting stuck on here? Push this out of the way, man. Alright, let's put the automatics back on and see what happens. Alright. Alright, automatics off. It's still just too much material right here. The Mini X is kind of in the way right now, so I can't really push too much further along this edge anyways. And all this debris, I don't know if you can see it, they need to bring the skid steer in here and clean that up. Alright, so I'm gonna back up, do another final pass. Just to triple check we're good here. Again, this is kind of a slow day. It's not like we're in a rush. We're waiting on material, you know, so if I gotta go do 2 to 3 passes, it ain't the end of the world. And again, disclaimer, I'm learning the GPS. I'm still, again, I don't have that much seat time in a dozer either, but this is how we get better right here, boys and girls. It's the only way. It's just gotta do it. Got to get up, and you can't be scared. Can't be scared to fail. Oh, see, system initializing, so I gotta stop. Yeah, you can't be scared to fail in life, you know. Man, if I had a $1 for every time I failed, I'd probably be a millionaire by now. I've failed more times in my life than I've won, but each failure is a lesson, really. You know, and you learn from your mistakes and try not to repeat them. And that's all you can do in life, really. Not to get all philosophical on you guys, but you just, you know, got to get up and tackle the day. 'Cause ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. And especially in this industry, there's a lot of gatekeepers, a lot of old heads, a lot of guys with a lot of experience that are really not like, they don't want to help you. They don't want to teach you. You know, it's unfortunate, but it just kind of is what it is. It's like, I think that's a part of the reason why there's a vacuum, like, in this industry. Like, you know, like all think about it. Like, when was the last time you saw like a young operator? Like, I'm talking like in their 20s. It's very rare, I feel like. And I think the reason it is because nobody wants to take the time to teach anybody how to do this. You know, even for myself, you know, the only way I was able to do this and figure it out was I joined a crew as a laborer, and every chance I got, like, I hopped on the machine, even if it was just moving the machine, walking the machine over from point A to point B, or you know, just doing some non-important tasks, just to get familiar with the controls and, you know, how to maneuver the machine. You know, that's how I gotta do it, really. I got a lot of people asking me how to get into this industry, and again, you gotta start from the bottom up. You gotta start as a there's no school that you can go to, then there's no company that's just gonna put you in a $500,000 machine with zero experience and just say figure it out. It's just not gonna happen unless you're like friends or a friend of the family, you know. And which I found is like a lot of guys in this field, it's because they were born in it. System initializing. They were born into it, or, you know, their families members or have been doing it for years, and so they've kind of had an in. But if you're like me, where my dad is a software developer and my mom was a stay-at-home mom, you know, there's nobody. I'm the only blue-collar worker in my family, and you know, so it was difficult to kind of finesse my way into being an operator. But again, I sacrificed my lunch breaks. I stayed late. I came early. If it meant getting on the machine, I would stay late off the books. I would tell my foreman, look, if you let me run the 305, the Mini X, that was the first machine I ever ran, was a Cat 305. I was like, and there was we had a John Deere 325G skid steer, and I would tell him, I was like, if you let me stay late, or if you let me operate, I'll stay late and I'll give up my lunch breaks. And that's what I did to you know. And that's kind of what you got to do, and life in general, not just with operating. If you want to get ahead, you know, and stand apart from the other people out there that are doing it, you got to go above and beyond. And I love this shit though too. It's to me, it's like, that's why I would stay late. Like, even if my company told me today that they would no longer pay me, I'd probably still show up to work, because I really do love this. I love everything about it. I just talked you guys' ear off. I don't know how we got into a philosophical conversation. Running the Dozer will do that to you. Let me just kind of show you guys what it looks like now. Yep. I've got a slight pitch this way. So I hope you guys could see. I don't know if you guys could see on this. I don't know how any of this footage will turn out. I might have to throw it all away. Hopefully not, but I'm trying to see. Well, right now it doesn't look like I finished out this area. There's not really much else to do, so until we get some more Dozer time, I'll touch back with you guys when there's some more work to do here.